So students, today we have a class about practical, that is the primary key and the foreign key. Now let me know to all from your all the side that is what you mean by primary key. So as we know, the primary key is the key in which the information that is to be stored into the unique way. So, and the domain which is followed by the such attribute will contain only the unique value. Okay, this is the point we need to keep in mind. Okay, so let me know or let me describe to all once again the important part, that is what is mean by the primary key, how to create the primary key in MySQL. Okay, so I'm just writing the first syntax, that is create table and table name. So how to create a table and table name? As we know, we are creating a table, create table and table name. So which table you want to create? Please tell me which table you want to create. So I'm just creating such table. Please let me know. Which table I should create? Please tell me. According to you, we will solve the problem. Okay, tell me the table name and its attribute. Any student who want to speak, please you can speak.
So create table student only.
Okay, so we are creating a student table, and what are the attribute I should use here? Please tell me the attribute names.
So registration number, name.
Okay, registration number, name, and age. Now tell me other things. Please tell me. You can explain. An address. Another thing. What should I do?
So courses
Courses. So I think
or
it should
branch
be
or branch.
okay. So course name we should use. Okay, because we are not using course ID. We are using course because course name is okay to determine the title of the courses. So I'm just creating table, create table name, that is student. Now see student exists into the our database. Okay, so before creating anything, just we need to use the VID database as according to the concept. So now we are using the VID database. So by this syntax we can use. I hope there will be no doubt from here because this part we have already discussed so many times. So use VID. Now we are in now we are using the VID
Sir,
database.
so VIT contains a student database, right?
No, in this MySQL, I have just defined the VID database. So you can see the in the VID database there could be the multiple tables. The table name will be the or relation will be the student. Okay, so in a database there may be many tables. So here we are using the VID database as we have already defined previously. So see from the top left side, okay, left side, left corner side, you can see there is a VID and tables are here written over the car 2, car 1 is customer student PS cancel. So that's why I'm saying. It is visible to all. See the left side only, left panel.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so in the VID database, we will create the first table or the our table for the today's class, that is the student. So student table is already exists. So instead of the student table, we will create another student table that is known as the student data. So create table. What is table name? STD data. Okay. Now, what should we use attribute? So as a student tell us that is a registration number. So registration number will be the first part, and it may contain any value which could be the part of the character and number. So definitely this can be defined by the varchar. You can use a varchar data type. So I'm assuming it could
Sir,
be any,
in
yes.
sir, in where care we can introduce integers also.
No, in the var character, we can
Like
contain any type of the character.
no sir, like my registration number is 19BI 10064. So combination of is character
Yes,
and
yes,
integer.
yes, of
What
course.
will use?
Since in the character, we can store the any information in the character way, like 1, 2, 3, ABC. So this will be represented as a string, and a string can contain the numbers and alphabets. But we are looking for the only integer part that it can't contain the any alphabets. So var character is a data type which can store the information based on the variable length. Instead of the var you can use only the character. So if you're defining the char, suppose I'm taking the 100 over here. Okay, so your roll number or ID belong to only 10 digit only, 10 characters only, including numbers and alphabets. But unnecessary we will consume such memory that is for the each and every record that each and every value that is 100. So unnecessarily we are consuming, but we are using only the 10. So why we are using? But we are using, suppose we are using varchar. So with this varchar, if I am using only student ID for the 5 character or 10 characters, then rest of the memory will be saved through the varchar. So there's a little difference between the varchar and char. Varchar is a kind of a dynamic storage pattern by the character pair. This is the sense. And the char is just like a static. Once it is defined, then it will consume the memory for the 100 character or 200 character, which is to be defined over here or anywhere. But if I'm using the varchar, so it depends on the number of what value we have taken. So on the basis of value, it will consume the memory. So there's a little bit difference between the varchar and char.
Okay.
Okay, so it is better idea to, I think, as we know, any enrollment number or registration number could be only the part of the just only the part of the candidate. Okay, so you can character. So this is the first field we have taken. Now next field, as a student is saying to student name must be there. So yes, so it could be also student name because your name could be the very simple name to 2 or 3 4 characters is sufficient. But our student having the 15 character name, so depend on the characters which is to be used by the name we can use. So it is better idea to use the character, and we can assume that the 25 characters are sufficient to store the name of the anyone any students. Integer I can take, so without any problem I can take integer. Okay, so there is no issue. And next one we have
Let me.
address. Yeah, address. Okay, so address is varchar, and I think address of the any student will be 100 characters. Now this is the query I have written to give the some idea about, that is how to create the table in the table. Now is it clear to all?
Sir, in the fifth line age, why didn't we specify the size
No,
in
it's
bracket?
since my dear, definitely if we are not putting the size, then you will write the age to 35. Okay, so three digit number you are using for the age. Can you remember any person who has the age to 35 years old? No. So of course it is.
No, but
Yeah,
about the memory allocation.
okay, we can use, but as we know, as a user know, any age cannot be more than the 99, hardly 100 we can, okay. So it's up to you, but we can do. But for the define the such thing, okay. For defining the such thing, just in a room, how many chair we have. So we can say chair should be less than the 100. So 0 to 99 value. So at the time, the defining the size is applicable over here. But here we know it is a implicit, it is common sense. Is cannot be more than 99 if you are taking the any student. So a student who belong to the 99 years old, no, I think there is no record or no information I have found so far. So definitely is implicit, but you want to use, then you can use. It's up to you and it's optional. To define the size under the integer data type, it's optional. But as you demand, so I have just defined, there is no issue. Now this part we have already seen, now it is clear to all. Yes, please tell me, is it a process of the creating the database, creating the table? Same we are doing. Now tell me, any doubt you have, please tell me.
No doubt, sir.
No doubt. So here we have the point how to create the primary key, and now the primary key definitely should be the part of the registration number. Okay, now am I right?
Yes, sir.
So here we have to use a keyword like primary. Okay, primary key. I'm typing the capital letter, it doesn't mean in the MySQL you can use a small letter, there's no issue. Okay. So what keyword I have used? I have to use the primary key, and now tell me which column should be primary key, and that is the registration number.
Registration number.
Okay. Now now tell me, any doubt over here?
No, sir.
So this would be a syntax you have to keep in mind. Okay. Now shall we run or shall we execute this query?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'm just executing this query here. Now you can see it is executing, and here we have the green symbol. It means this query is executed successfully without any problem. Okay. So our table is created over here. So let us check from the graphical way over here by refreshing the button. So we can see we have the STD data. Now you can see the STD data is visible to all. You can see it is visible to all. STD data table is created in the left side panel. You can see.
Yes, sir. Visible.
Okay. So if I need to check this table is really created or not, and what is the its columns we can see. Just let me make. Okay, so tell me what would be the syntax.
Sir, DESC STD data
Okay, okay, so we will do the same thing. Okay,
display
table.
function will use.
Yeah, so we can run and now see. You can see the registration number is our column or field name. What is the type we have used? That is a record, and it's primary PRI. So PRI defined that is it's a primary key. Now primary key is created. Now is it clear to all?
Yes, sir.
In a primary key, only unique record to be stored. We can't store the multiple records. Okay. So is it clear to all?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let us store some information under this table. So how we can is to it is a very simple command by which we can say insert or record into our student table. So how we can insert? So there is a simple syntax insert into. Now am I right? I'm just trying going into the right direction. Insert into what is the table name? STD data, and here the putting the or typing the column name is optional. But as we know the what is the order of the column name, so we can leave. So instead of typing the column name, we can directly type the syntax values. So what is the first column? So we must keep in mind the order over here. So what is the first field? That is the registration number. I am putting the registration number like 19 BAI 10101 so 102. Okay, and if it is a character derived, so we need to store into the character way. And next we have the S name. So I am putting the S name like anything just like Anmol. So now this is name. Next what we have the age. So this should be 21.
90.
19 you want, then you can take 99 on mine. Yeah, I just I'm putting the 21, there is no issue. And the address is just belong to the any city, just like I can put like the any city, uh, just like
Gwalior.
Gwalior if you want to type then don't mind. So okay. So this is our syntax to insert an element into a stage data. Now let me run this syntax and see the result. Let me check what I have entered over here. Okay, so can we start to execute this program? So a query. So I'm just running, and now see this one row affected is messaging displaying over here. There's no error. A green symbol is showing that now one record is to be inserted over here. Okay, so is it clear to all? Any doubt in this query?
No, sir.
Okay, so I'm just right now inserting the multiple value. Okay, so how I can insert? How I can insert multiple record if I want to insert, then how I can insert?
Sir, we can insert one parenthesis, close, then comma, then parenthesis. We'll insert multiple values, each row in parenthesis, then we'll use comma to separate rows.
Okay, so I'm just updating few things randomly. So for I'm taking BCY. Okay, and BCY. Okay, let me change the other name just like this one, Bolu. And let me change another name like I'm just taking a Harsha. Okay, here I'm just taking another name like Neha. And now see, this is the can to be possible. So one now I need to update the age of the other students. So since this first record is already inserted, if we try to insert, then we should get an error. But let us check: are we getting the really error or not? So I'm just keeping the first record as it is. There is no changes I'm doing over here, and just 20 over here. It's 19, and rank 20, and city, let me update Jhansi, and let me update the address like Nagpur, and I need to choose any other city short way, just like typing the HYD means Hyderabad, and choosing another city, Bangalore. Okay, so this five record I'm trying to insert and just note down the every record are different from each other. So in the instead of the BC, I'm just taking BCY two. Now see any other who have any doubt here, then you can ask me. Just
Sir, you
okay.
need to put commas, right?
Yes, between I have to put the comma. Just give me 1 second, and let me type the query first. Okay, now there is no issue. Everything is perfectly. Yes. Now, see, this record is already inserted. The first record you can see. First record is already inserted. If you try to insert this record multiple times, then as we know now, the student enrollment number is already being as a primary key. But try to insert same value into the such column. Definitely, we will get an error. Okay, let us try. Okay, should we try? Yes, tell me. Should we try? Or any doubt you have, you can ask me. Yes, please tell me.
So what, sir?
I'm saying you should be try to insert multiple record followed by the primary
Yes,
key,
sir.
and we should get an error. If we are not getting error, then primary key will not working over here properly. So I'm just
Yes,
keeping
sir. We
this
can
record.
see.
I'm just keeping this record as it is. So I'm just trying to execute this query. Since now, what we are getting error? Duplicate entry 19 VI 10102 for key primary. Now we are getting the error because this is a primary key and you can't have the multiple value in such column. You should have the different value.
Different
Yes, tell me.
values.
Is this error is clear to all?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So
Sir,
what we should do? Yes, tell me.
prime. If we change value of any element, like we keep the registration number same, but Anmol 21 and Gwalar changes. So
Okay.
then also occur.
No. Since you should think the important point, we have applied the primary key only on a registration number. So the value or registration number should be unique. Okay, each and every value which is consisted by the registration number should be unique. It doesn't mean what are the other values because we didn't apply the primary on the other part. So if
Okay,
they
sir.
and the other registration the other attribute of field name can have the multiple value. Okay,
Okay, sir.
so what should I do? I'm just doing little amendment over here. So I'm just changing its value 19 VAI
Yes.
1030 only. Okay, so now it is different from registration number is different from the previous one, but rest of the detail I am keeping as it is. This unbolt 21 value. Okay, so I'm executing this query once again and see the result. Now the 5 rows are affected means 5 rows are inserted here. Now there's no error here. Now tell me any doubt over here?
No, sir, no doubt.
So everything is clear to that how to create the primary key and after creating the primary key, how to insert the multiple row. Okay, it is clear to all.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so as we know the describe part we have seen. So if we want to print or display the name of the student who belong to the student data. Okay, this would be the my query, but before that query, I just need to display the entire record from the student data. So what would be the my query? Can any student tell me?
DES is student data.
No, DES is may describe the structure of the table. Here we want to display the entire record which is consisted by the student table. This is my query. Yes, please tell me. I think you have forgotten. We have to use the select column,
Select, yes, sir. So,
select star
from
from
student table, student
student
data.
From and the
data.
student table name.
So this display the entire record consisted by the each and every attribute and column names. So I'm executing this command over here, then we will see what would the result. So you can see the entire information to be displayed over here. See registration number and more age and go. Each and everything is displaying over here. Sorry. And let me run once again. Okay. Now you can see, and you can see the entire record in tabular form. Is it clear to all? Registration number, as name, age, and address, or value, which is consisted by the each and everything, is coming over here. Now, is it clear to all?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if I'm typing a query from the inspired of the relational algebra, I need to select the name of the student who belong to the Neha. Okay, so what would be the query? Please tell me.
Name of the student who, sir, select name from student data where we'll write where address equals to Hyderabad
No.
or registration number equals to.
Here my query is that I need to display the name of the student who belong to the Neha only.
So
So
directly S name equals to Neha,
yeah,
where
this is
S name equals to Neha, right?
yeah. So this is the right answer. We can type like this one. If we are following this query by the star, so it will display the entire. It will display the entire column name. So it will display the registration number, registration name, age, and address. So we will see now what would be the output. So let us check. Okay, displaying the one record, and this is known as a tuple. So we are getting the one tuple after executing the this query, and which made the our the criteria, that is the student name is Neha. So we are meeting the our requirement or condition. So we have the answer. Now is it clear to all? Yes, please tell me. Any doubt here? Then you can ask me. Please tell me any doubt you have. Please let me know, students. Yes, student, tell me any doubt you have.
No doubts, sir. No
Okay.
doubt.
Now, next query I have here. I need the answer from the all the students. Now we have the data. Now I need the answer from the student side. I need to display the city. Okay, here the address in the other city we have the uh, different cities. I need to display the name of the city where student is having the registration number is BAI 19 BAI 10104. Okay, so this is my point, my question. I need to display the name of the student and its and whose address, okay, or whose registration number the belong to the some specific condition. So what is would be the my condition? My condition is here. I need to display the name of the city and a name where the student belongs to registration number, that could be random. So here I need to select name, comma, address. Okay, okay, address. Sorry, student name is here as in not name. As name, address from std data where where registration number is equal to, this is a keep in mind, you have to, this is in the varchar, so we have to put the condition value for matching purpose into the single quote or double quote. So I'm writing a single quote for the simple thing. So 19 vai 10104. So there should be one tuple or one record to be printed over here. So let us check the answer. After executing, we are seeing only the name and address of the student who have his or her ID, his ID 19BI10104. So this is the things we can say if we are executing the some query, and this is known as the select from clause, where clause. So here we are using the three different clauses. So why we are getting the detail.
सर ये सब तो हमने डीएमएल में पढ़ ही लिया था.
हाँ पढ़ लिया था, but I'm just displaying the simple thing. So after creating the thing, how we are getting. So we have not studied the primary key. Today we are studying the primary key. So it is clear to all. So from the
Yes,
just
sir.
I'm just also doing the revision part of the little bit doing the revision part. So those students who are absent they can understand the few things properly. And now same thing we are also doing in the relational algebra for finding the something from the by the relational operation, relational algebra operation like select, project, union. Okay, we have also did. Now, were you much familiar about all these kind of command or syntax? Then we will discuss more and more or advanced operation by the query. Then you will learn more detail about the query as well. So, is it clear to all about the primary key and how we're getting all the details? Now, tell me, is it clear to all?
Yes, yes, sir. Clear.
Okay, so if I give you some exercise to how to create the primary key, then you will be able to create the primary key without any problem. Okay.
Yes,
Here I am just creating another table that is the faculty because of course after creating the student table so we have the faculty. So I am creating another table that is a create table name that is faculty. Okay. Now there is no faculty data into the my table sorry my database. So I am creating the our table name that is a faculty database. Okay. So create table name that is faculty and what is the attribute I should use? Please tell me. Yes, please tell me what should I do?
sir. Name, faculty ID, name,
Okay, so FID I'm taking as a variable. Okay, so
name, designation.
in now since faculty ID does not contain the any alphabet, so I must take this one as a 5 digit. Okay, we have the 5 digit faculty ID without any alphabet, so we can say we have the numbers only. So this is a good one. Yes, please tell me. This is clear to
Name.
all?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
of course,
Name,
of course.
designation number.
Okay, of course. So the faculty name should be so I can say it should be F name because name is a keyword. So avoiding such confusion, we should use F name instead of the name only. So Verkel and faculty name also maybe the around the 25 letters only. So faculty name and
Designation.
its designation. So I'm writing short way. So designation. So could be around 20 letters only. And then the other thing. So anything you want to tell about this table? Then please tell me.
Research paper. Research papers, sir. Number of research
Okay,
paper you
no,
should.
no, that could be the part of the other things. So we should use only the faculty data. Okay, we are not counting the associate things. We are just talking about the right now. What are the important attributes which are belong to the faculty only?
Phone number, sir.
Yeah, that's a good point. Contact number. So I can take the contact number. Contact number. So contact number. So it should be in 10-digit mobile number. So I'm just putting the 10 for understanding
Sir.
purpose. Yes, please tell me anything you want to insert into the faculty or is it sufficient to us?
Sufficient, sir.
Okay, it is sufficient. Now, here I am not defining the primary key. This is my question. Here I am not defining the primary key. If I try to do, so what happened? Table will be created or not created? Yes, please tell me.
Sir, what, sir?
Here I'm saying
but there will
here I'm not defining the primary key for to any attribute of field name. So here my function table will be created or not.
Yes, sir. Table will be created. Null will be shown on under primary key.
So where is the primary key? We have not defined the primary key.
Yes, sir. There is no primary key. Table will be created.
Table will be created, but what happened here we will allow to insert the multiple row and multiple times we can insert the same value. There is no issue.
Yes, sir.
So unfortunately, I have created this table without any problem. So now this
Primary.
table without the primary key, this table is created. Now I have forgotten to add the primary key. So if we want to insert or add primary key into an existing table, an existing table, then how we can do? So this is my question. This is my exercise for next part over here. That is the insert or add a primary key into an existing table. So how we can insert? This is my point. So this table is already
Sir,
created right now.
update.
Yeah, so this is the point. But update is basically sentence which used to update the record values only. Here we are defining the something. What we are defining? We are defining or alter the table.
Column name.
So no, no. When you alter the table at the time, we have the alter table syntax command. So let's first check the description of the table, that is faculty table. Yes, please. So I'm saying over here, no field or no attribute contain the key. So this is normal table without any key. So we can insert here anything without any problem, and we can have the multiple record many times, and duplicacies also exist. So this table or this relation does not have the good manner. So now what I need to do? I need to insert. Okay, I'm just
Primary
writing.
key.
Okay, add primary key into an existing table. This is my heading. Okay, now is it clear to all? Add primary key into an existing table. Okay, so how we can insert, since you're talking about the modification or alteration of a table, because the thing which is already defined, you are just modifying. So how we can define? That is a beautiful command, that is alter table. Table name. What is the table name? That is a faculty. Okay, so this would be the my syntax you have to keep in mind. So alter table name, and we have to use the add keyword, as we have seen add column. So here we are not adding the column, here we are adding the primary key. So what would be the syntax?
Primary.
Add primary key,
Primary.
and on which column I should want to use the primary key, or I should use add the primary
FID,
key.
FID and FID
FID.
and contact.
Okay, so here I'm just making only the primary key, only the one attribute right now. We can also do. It is also possible you can have the multiple field or multiple column as a primary key if you want, then you can. There's no issue. But
सर
right now,
मल्टीपल के
yes,
लिए कॉमा लगा के लिखेंगे.
yes. For the multiplication, you need to type like this one. Okay, contact. You can do. But right now, for we are just for the safety purpose or for basic things, we need to understand the basic fundamental thing. So I'm just making only one attribute as a primary key for learning purpose, and we will do or we will learn lots of the things in the coming days. Then no issue right now. We can do right now, but we are just only updating the one attribute right now. Okay. So see, any doubt in the syntax you have, please you can ask me.
No doubt, sir.
So how to add the primary key into an existing table? We can do. Let me execute once again. See, I'm trying to run. Okay, now it is updated, so there is no issue. Let me know or let me display the description of such table. Then how we can do? Just please see once again its description. So description faculty. So after displaying such thing, what would be the answer? It will describe the structure of the faculty table with with primary key. Okay, now it is updated. Now you can see the key is updated by the primary key. Now it is updated. Now it is clear to all. Yes, please let me know it is clear to all. For any doubt you have, then you can ask me. Please, any student who have any doubt, please tell me. Let me know. No doubt. Yes, please tell me. Any doubt? No doubt. Or doubt?
सर एक
No doubt, sir.
ज्यादा प्राइमरी की हो सकते हैं क्या?
क्या?
एक टेबल में एक से ज्यादा प्राइमरी की हो सकते हैं क्या?
Yes, there could be many primary key in a table. There is no problem. We will do no problem, but let us understand the basic thing on a single row, or single column, or single things. First, let us start from the very beginning part, and we can't jump on it directly. We can do the no issue. If you want, then we can do. If you want, then you can do the no issue. Okay, for removing or for avoiding your curiosity, I'm just making right now for temporary table for simple purpose. Now see, I'm creating a table for temporary. Okay, this is a temporary table, TEM temporary table, and here I'm using the ID integer and the 2 digit only. That is only purpose, and I'm using the XID. There's another ID. I'm making this is a 4. Okay, now in this table, how many columns we have? 2 columns, that is ID and XID. And I'm also adding the one more thing for the name. So I'm using the character instead of the character. We can use the no issue, anything, whatever you want to use, then you can use. Now, any doubt in this syntax? Create table, temporary table. Now tell me any doubt.
No, sir. No doubt.
Okay, so after creating this table, okay, you have the SQL, where is the column, temporary, create table temporary ID integer
सर
xid.
XID में इंटर नहीं लिखा आपने.
Oops, sorry, yes, please. Yeah, I forgot this. Now, yes. So now this table is created for the temporary, just to,
Yes.
and we need to see the description of the TMP. So you can see there's no primary key on any field. Okay. So now let me avoid your let me remove your curiosity over here. So if you want to add two primary keys, then you can do table name. What is the table name? That is a PM. And we want to add primary key, and what are the field? ID?
ID and XID.
No, name. I want to use the name only.
Okay.
Okay. The name we have used right now, there is no issue. I think name is itself is a keyword, so it should not get in error. So about the thing, I'm using XID. Okay. Let me run this command and see the result. And if there is some problem, so we have another option by which we can do. Let me check. Yes. Now the alter table temporary add primary key and xid and xid, and now we have the primary key on these two tables xid and xid, id and xid. Why I did not take the name? Because the name is a part of this table, of course, but the name is a keyword, so it may provide an error. So about the right now avoiding the error, I'm taking the only these two columns xid and id. Now let me remove this part and see the result over here. Now ID and XID becomes the primary key. Now you can see. So it is also possible to apply the primary key on the two columns simultaneously. There is no issue. Or we can update, or we can alter. There is no issue. Now your curiosity is now removed. How we can do it is also possible. Now is it clear to all?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so since we have the good table right now, the student table and faculty table, student data table and faculty table, in which we have the primary key, so there is no issue. Okay, here we have a very interesting command. Unfortunately, I have applied the primary key on the XID, and which is was not part of the my class. So what should I do? I can remove this primary key. So how I can remove? So there is simple concept which described it to drop a primary key from an existing table. So we can also drop a primary key. So how we can drop? Just like the alter table name and drop a column. Okay, just like a alter table name and drop a column. Same thing we can apply the same syntax over here. Alter table name. What is the table name? Here we are using temp. Okay, temp.
Faculty.
No.
Temp.
I'm using right now. Right now I'm using only temporary. Okay.
Temp.
You can use the faculty instrument, but right now I'm not using such table. I'm using only temporary for the removing purpose only. All the table we have the keyword drop, and okay, and what we have a syntax, we need to remove the primary key. Okay, let us check this syntax. Will it work or not? Okay, I'm running this part and see. It is executed perfectly without any problem. Now, any doubt in this query? Alter temporary table on drop the primary key. And see, as we know, two primary keys were associate the ID and XID after applying the or alter the table or by adding the primary key. So let me check once again. It's of course very important part. It's a structure of the my table, that is ESC, and what is my table name? That is a temp. Okay, so I'm running once again. Okay, I'm running once again. Okay, just a minute. Yes.
Hashtag हटाना पड़ेगा.
Oh, sorry. It is. I just directly copied. Sorry for this one. Yes. Now see. Now key on the XID and DID was removed. Now after dropping the primary key concept. So we can also add or remove from the existing or newly created table. So we can. So far we have seen three important concepts. One is what? Create a table by using the primary key. Create or add a primary key to the existing table and drop a primary key from the existing table. So these three concepts we have seen. Now tell me any doubt over here? Just please tell me.
No doubts. No doubt, sir.
Everything is clear to all by practical way.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes.
how is this going on? Are you getting something from the practical way?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so in our class, theoretical, we have discussed what is mean by the primary key and foreign key. So primary key we also created, there is no issue. Okay, we have seen there is no issue, what we have done so far. Everything is clear to all. So now you will be happy. Okay, now let us come to the foreign key, or do you have any doubt here? Then you can ask me. Please tell me.
No doubt, sir. Foreign key.
Foreign key. Okay, so on the foreign key, uh, we are creating a temporary table right now for understanding the foreign key. Okay, so we are. I'm just following the concept on the foreign key right now. So here we have the concept that is the foreign key. So I'm creating a creating a table.
सर स्टूडेंट टेबल और फैकल्टी टेबल में कोर्सेज का कॉलम ऐड करके फॉरेन की का शो कर दीजिए ना.
Yes, good. Brilliant answer. So in the student table, what we need to do? We need to add the course ID. Okay. We need to use the
Yes.
course ID, or it is better idea to use a course. It is better idea to use course. Okay. It is better idea to use course table and make a course ID attribute of the course table, and we can take the reference from the course ID to the student table and faculty table. It is better idea. So we can do. We can do also, no problem. We can do like this one, okay? Now tell me, what should I do? Should we apply on the existing thing, or should we
Existing,
start?
sir.
Okay,
Existing.
we will do. There is no issue. But how to create the foreign key? Let us create the first. This is important point. Okay. First, let us understand some syntactical concept, and then we will apply the concept on the student table and faculty table as well. Okay. Okay. Now, shall we move to the our concept? First, let us understand how to get the foreign key in a table. Okay, so for understanding purpose, I'm just creating a temporary table. So temporary table is already created. So table, and here I'm just taking the table name that is like uh, P.
Temp
Okay.
2.
Temp 2 you can take, okay, temp 1, okay, temp 1 is not created so far. So temp 1 is our table. Here I'm just taking the ID and integer. That is optional, so you can leave that size ID, and what we should can the primary key. So primary key we can make on the ID, or anything you want to do, so you can do. Okay,
Sir, we
so
can make primary key on ID and foreign key on XID.
yes, I'm just coming on that part. No, no, since temp is just having one attribute ID and XID. Right now, I'm creating another table that is temp1, and temp2 would be the my next table, which keeps the information from the which keeps the information, or which will keeps the reference from the temp1. So let
Temp
us
1.
explain the concept properly. Primary key, and here we have the primary key. I'm making this one as a primary key. I think this is syntax right. Okay. In this table, we have the one attribute only, that is ID. Now tell me any doubt you have. Please let me know. Yes, please tell me any doubt you have.
Okay.
Okay, it's very simple table I am taking. So for your betterment, I can take the name as well. So now we have created table. It can have the temporary one table name, that is ID and name. After executing this command, a one table is to be created. You can also see the description, so there is no required to see the description over here. Now I am creating a table. Okay, I am creating a table. Create a table name temp2. Okay, and this temp2 have own ID, that is ID integer. Okay, and it also have a name, so there is no issue. Same thing we can update name one. Okay, I'm taking another variable like name. So we want to make the primary key of this ID, you can do. So I'm just making this as a PID. Okay. So this TID will be the attribute of or column of the temp to table. Name one will be the attribute of the temp to table. Okay, to avoid the confusion, that's why I'm taking the different thing over here. I can make primary key. I can make primary key to TID. Okay, so this can be also possible, and you want to leave this part, then you can also leave the no issue. Okay, so for in understanding purposes, let me take this one by one in a single statement, then you can understand. Now, after putting like this one, so what happened? This will create a primary key only. So, and let me know, temp to table is easy to understand, or you have any doubt? If you're creating temp to table with primary key followed by its own ID, that is TID, so we can do. Now, let me know, is it clear to all? Please tell me. Is it clear to all?
Yes, sir.
Okay, here we don't want to add the primary key, here we want to add the foreign key. Okay, foreign key. So, foreign key. So, I'm just want to make a foreign key. So, TID can't be foreign key. TID can be foreign key without any problem, but how we can make the TID as a foreign key? Yes, please tell me.
Sir, by referencing ID of
Hmm.
temp1 to TID.
So yes, this is the point. TID can be the TID can be the foreign key. Okay, there is no issue, but it will take the reference reference. Okay, just let me remove this point. It will keep the reference from the ID of the table temp1. So this would be the point we need to keep in mind, and see here we are using the temp1 table. So the ID field or the ID attribute must be the part of the ID, must be the part of the table one
Temp1.
temp one table. So that should be as it is. We can't do ID 123. Okay, so here we are taking the reference of the temp1 table ID, and we are making foreign key here TID. So this is the point we can keep in mind. And now see, TID is not a primary key, so it can also have the duplicate record. It can also have the duplicate. So this syntax will create the foreign key. Okay, let me execute this syntax over here and then see the result. Okay, so without any error, this command is running successfully. So let me show to all the description of the table. So first we will see the description of the temp one. So you can see what is the description. That is ID and name we have, and this primary key we have. What do you mean by the primary key? PRI means primary key. So it is the primary key of the temporary table. This is a simple syntax. Okay. Same syntax is popping over here, and I'm just applying for the syntax for the temporary to see the structure of the temporary to table. So that we done. And after running the part, you can see PID is again can have the multiple value. So it can also possible as a null at this point. I will tell you more detail about the null. So here it's multi. So MU means multi. So this TID is a key attribute which will take the reference from the ID, and it can also have the multiple value. It can also have the multiple same value. So duplicacy can also possible into the foreign key attribute. So this is the point. That's why it is
Yes,
written
sir.
over. This is also written over here MUL. So how to create the foreign key? Now let me know. It is clear to all.
Yes, sir. Foreign and reference keyword we will use.
Yeah. So now tell me any doubt over here. Please, you can ask me any doubt you are
No
having.
doubt.
Please,
No
no doubt.
doubt, sir.
Okay, good. So the question you asked me, sir, can we create the student table or student data, or we can take the reference of the primary key or foreign key by the
हो
faculty
जाएगा
student?
सर अब
Yes,
हो
we
जाएगा
can do. Okay, we can do. So I'm right now doing. Now let me describe the HD data. First, what we have. Now, you can see how many fields we have in the student table. We have the registration number, name, age, and address.
age and address.
Okay, address.
We have to add course. column.
Okay, you can add the course, but there should be relationship between the student and faculty. Just right now, leave the course concept right now. Just let me explain the relationship between the student table and faculty table. So how we can make the relationship between the student table and faculty. Okay, so there should be one common thing which is required to make the relationship. In the student table, we have the student ID. In the faculty, we have the faculty ID. So there is no relation right now, or there is no common attribute we have in the faculty table and student table. So here we are required to update our table or alter the table by putting or adding the new column. Okay. So now tell me which table I should update. In the faculty table or student table. So they should have the one column.
Student table, sir.
In the student table should be updated by using the faculty ID. Why? Because
We are introducing foreign key in student table.
okay, we can no since a student can be taught by the many faculty. Okay, so there will be relationship between the student and faculty by taking the faculty ID into the student table. So it is better idea to update the student table by adding the column name that is the faculty ID. It will
वही
be
तो
the
बोला सर, वही तो
okay,
बोला
okay,
मैं.
okay, 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 okay. So now, how to update the table? Just please tell me any student who is remembering any syntax.
Sir,
Yes,
we
please.
will use alter table student data,
Alter table.
add FID.
Yes, please tell me any student who is remember the correct syntax or he is speaking the right answer. Please tell me.
Sir, I am
Is
right, sir.
you are
Add
right?
column, we will use add column.
No,
Yes.
I
sir.
think so.
If you want to add a column that is known as the FID, so this is a syntax you have to remember. That's why I'm saying, please remember the word appropriately. Are you remembering the correct syntax or not? Yes, please tell me.
Sir,
Are you? What would be the
add
syntax?
या
So yes, although table name add will be the word. With this keyword we have to use add column. Yes, please tell
yeah,
me.
no, sir. Sir, we in the
Yes, yes, yes,
previous
yes.
lecture you told add only. The column
Okay.
keyword we use with the change column.
Okay. So FID. What was the size of the FID? Approx 5, I think so. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so here I am also saying the same thing. So I am altering the my student data or student table by adding the new column name that is FID. The syntax will be the alter table name add that is a keyword and new column name that is FID for the student data table and size I need to pass and see this table is now this is updated. Okay, and now let me check once again its description of the student data. Now see at the last FID is added. FID column is added. Now it is clear to all.
Yes, sir, clear.
Okay, so from this point, what I need to make the relationship between the student table and faculty table.
Faculty.
So it is very simple concept we can do. How we can create? So table is already created faculty. So if you want to add a foreign key, if you want to add a foreign key into an existing table, that is what the faculty. So our syntax will
Yes,
be add. Our syntax will be alter table because we are updating
key.
so okay. So alter table. What is the
Student data.
sentence? No, faculty. Oh, student. Sorry, student data.
Student data add foreign key.
Add foreign key. Good. You are on the right track.
Foreign key parenthesis what
No, here we are using only no no. If we are creating the foreign key, then we need to pass the what we need to pass, that is a we can say
FI column
FID,
name.
column name. So foreign key we want to make FID, okay, and references
F data, faculty data, the table names are what we have taken.
references from the faculty faculty table, and that is ID. What ID that will be?
FID, sir.
FID. Okay, so this would be the our syntax. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now you can see there is no issue, there is no error in the syntax. So because it is not coming and cross symbol in a red way in front of the my query. So I think it is correct. Okay, now shall we execute this query?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm just executing and see it is perfectly run. There's no error, there's no error. And now you can see 6 rows are affected. So now let me check the description of the faculty data.
Student data.
So
Student data, sir.
student data, sorry, of
Yes.
course, student STD data. So I'm just saying now at the last you can see this FID is added over here and it is changes into the foreign key because it can have the multiple value. It is also the multiple values are also allowed to have in the duplicate manner. So now what we are through this syntax we have updated the our existing table or we are adding the primary foreign key into our existing table. So this would be the syntax. Yes.
Yes, sir.
So everything is clear to all. Any doubt over here, my dear students?
No doubt, sir.
Or are you getting properly over here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so unlike dropping a primary key, we can also drop a foreign key as
For
well. Okay, so from this temporary or temp2, we can also drop a foreign key. So what would be syntax? So let us include example drop a foreign
key.
key from an existing from an existing table. Okay, so now see this is my done statement, and now what would be my query or what would be my syntax? So let us check the description of the temporary two table which contains the foreign key. So let me execute this part. Yes, you can see in the TID is a TID is a
Foreign
column
key.
which column name which contains the foreign key. Now how to remove this part? It is very simple concept. You can
Sir,
remove by removing the foreign key. So there is simply syntax alter table and table name. What is my table name? That is a temp. Okay,
temp 2.
and drop foreign key. Okay, so now drop foreign key, and here I need to pass the key since while this is the syntax. This syntax will not execute without the defining the foreign key constraint. This is the problem we are having over here. I try to many times to execute this query without the foreign key constraint. So here we will getting the error. So here we have the concept which is known as the creating a foreign key by using the constant, then you will allow to remove the foreign key. Because what happened, you are taking the reference, you have the data which is taken from the other part or other tables. So if you try to remove the such column or such foreign key, then this foreign key must have a constant part. So this is the important part you need to keep in mind. Now to try to run this part, definitely you will get an. So the point we have over here, if you want to create the foreign key, then we must have the constant. So how to create the primary key of foreign key by using the constant? So here we have the different idea. So I'm just explaining such concept in a simple way. So just let me explain first. Create a table name that is temp4. I'm creating temp 3, sorry, and here I'm just taking the same thing. I'm creating the same table like temp2. Okay, I'm just using the same syntax like over here, and now same syntax, but nothing will be changed, nothing will be updated, only the what would be updated. I need to update its table name, that is temporary, and here I need to just complete this work, I need to add the constant. So here the concept will be the add constraint. Let me let me check this program constant and fk, that is my anything will be and the temp, that could be anything. Okay, just let me check this one, it is working or not. Add constraint. Okay, so it is constant or constants. Okay, it's constant, its keyword is okay, then there will be no issue. Okay, okay. So this is the right syntax. So foreign key also must be created by this one. If you're trying to create such thing, then you are defining the here constant. Primary key can also be created. So there is no issue in the primary key. Just let me check this concept by the primary key, then I will tell you what the foreign key. Primary key, primary key we can use. What we can use, we can have the TID. So here it is not changing its color. Please, there's some problem. So I think MySQL is not supporting right now. So this syntax is valid for the MySQL or Oracle as well. So in a MySQL workbench it is not working. So I will see later on this concept. But constant is also another concept. So just like the defining the constant, so we will define the something over here, and that is just like a variable. So fktemp is what? Fktemp is a foreign key temporary. This is the name of the constant. So while removing the foreign key from a table, then you, at the time or the last time you have to define the syntax like alter table name, drop foreign key, and by using its name, and that is the fktemp, and that could be anything which is defined by the u. So I will see this concept how the add constant work is not working over here. So I will discuss this concept later on right now. But this MySQL workbench is not supporting. But previously I used such command on the Oracle database, so it was working fine. Okay, so there was no issue. There was no issue at the time. Okay. So this is the problem right now we are having with the syntax. Now it is just showing over here the add position. So just let me remove this part. Now this add is not valid at this position expecting. So let me just, I think there is some problem over here. So this is a valid, no problem. This is a,
सर वो जो फैकल्टी और स्टूडेंट का बना है उसमें वो रेफरेंस में डेटा ऐड करके दिखाओ ना.
अच्छा वो वाला पार्ट देखना है. चलिए इस ये वाला पार्ट है ना, ड्रॉपिंग फॉरेन की फ्रॉम द एग्जिस्टिंग टेबल. आई विल टेल यू लेटर ऑन बिकॉज दिस सिंटेक्स इज नॉट वर्किंग राइट नाउ in MySQL. So I will tell you later on because I don't know why it is not working, because the syntax and everything is correct over here. But it is getting the error add is not a valid at this position expecting. So it is expecting where it is expecting. So okay, well I will tell you. Okay, now just now which thing you want to ask?
Sir, like we will enter FID and we will take reference in student data. So it will directly, how to insert that means it will directly get referenced or we have to manually
No, actually,
type.
right now the query we have designed, that is completely inspired by the manual way. And if you want to directly, then you have the some concept which is known as the on cascade. Okay, that is the important part. That is known as the on cascade. You have to use this keyword. So suppose you have the student record and you are removing the student record from the actual table, and the reference we have taken from the actual table into the faculty table. So the record which is deleted by us from the student table, the main table, then definitely the entire record will also to be deleted from the reference table, or that is the faculty table, but also to be removed as well. And at the time we have to use the keyword that is on cascade delete, or on cascade insert, on cascade update. So at the time we have the keyword, but right now or today I did not tell you because let us understand a few important things what we need to understand. Okay, so here this would be the syntax. So the syntax would be like I'm just updating the such thing. So alter table. Right now I'm not updating the thing, but just giving the syntax alter table. That is a std data. Okay, std data and add foreign key foreign key and then we want to add the foreign key on the FID. Okay, this since we have already FID foreign key, but right now I'm just explaining the concept. All the table name and foreign key, and what is the reference we have to take? References, and what is the table name? That is we have the faculty. So this part we have already done. So here, if we are creating the foreign key FID into the student data, so the faculty has gone or has removed the or just left the university, then entire record which is associated by the faculty to also be removed. So at the time your syntax will be the on cascade, okay, on cascade delete. So your syntax will be like this one. So this is the point. Okay, but you want to keep or preserve the record, so we will not use this syntax. So it is optional part. If you want to use, then you can use. तो इससे होगा क्या, फैकल्टी अगर चली गई छोड़ के तो फैकल्टी से एसोसिएटेड स्टूडेंट थे उनका भी रिकॉर्ड चला जाएगा. तो इसलिए क्या है कि हम उसको रखते हैं कि ऑप्शनल पार्ट है, आपको रखना है रखिए, नहीं रखना तो नहीं रखिए. तो ये ऑन कैश का डिलीट जो वर्ड है ना उसको हम ले सकते हैं. So this is the sense. So while learning the query is not easy to learn in a 6 month or 7 month, 8 month. It takes much time because we have the lots of the syntax also fundamental thing. And as far as the drop of fund is concerned, so I will tell you about the next time how to drop a table or how to drop a foreign key from existing table, because we need to define the foreign key constraint. But right now it is not working, so let me change the syntax once again. So next time I will tell you the proper way. But right now we need to understand how to create the foreign key in primary key. So we have seen. So this would be the updated syntax. Okay, you can see this would be the my updated syntax. So like this one, I'm just writing the entire syntax in simple way, and you can. So this is the keyword you need to keep in mind. On cascade delete. And here instead of the on cascade delete, you can use the on cascade insert. You can use the on cascade update. Suppose faculty ID is updated into from the actual table, that is a 10212, instead of the I'm writing the 10213. So automatically the as the record which is associated with the faculty ID 10212 previously, automatically it is updated by the 10213. Same thing we have. I'm taking real example, then you can understand. Previously, the mobile number was the 6 digit, 7 digit or 8 digit, something. Now we have the mobile digit 10 digit. But when in the coming days, in the mobile numbers are updated by the 12 digit. So when the mobile number is updated, so I'm just the database administrator just execute one query only, that is on cascade update. So automatically your mobile number digit will be occupied by the 12 digit as well, and it will be changed automatically. So with this kind of a syntaxes. So here we have the syntax setting. Right now I will not executing because definitely will get an error. So I'm not executing this point because we will get an error. But this would be the our keywords. Yes, this is my point.